for wisdom in this world on this holiday season, look no further than the legend, Gary.
It's Gary Busey, and I have got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this. Honk! Honk! That's what a goose sounds like when they're flying. They're letting you know they're up there. Honk! Honk! You get a bunch of geese together. Honk, honk, honk. They're honking in the air.
What the hell is that?
Words of wisdom right there from Uncle Gary.
Brother Gary Busey.
That's right.
Fellow Tulsan.
Drugs are bad. So is also having your brain leak out onto a roadway in California.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But he was already starting to go that way. You know, it was weird, too. He started getting more cross-eyed even before the crash. But there are so many of them. You guys have no idea. I have so many words of wisdom for Gary that we'll play throughout the day. And you're going to be like, you know what? That's right. Next time you see somebody, just remind him, honk!
Well, that is what geese do.
They do. They do that. Honk! Oh, if you ever want it, it's fascinating. Go just check out his TikTok, his Instagram. His kid films him, and they'll ask him questions, and if he can remember some of the answers, it's great. And then he starts talking about other stuff that has nothing to do with anything. You know, it's just, he's spectacular. But honk, that's all I got to say. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, so they caught that guy. Well, they didn't catch that guy. They're like, we caught him. You didn't really catch him. The homeless guy did. Sherlock Homeless caught him.
Yes.
The guy that lived apparently below some area, Brown University. I was fascinated by that. He's like, well, he kind of sleeps down below, like Oscar the Grouch. And he thought this guy was weird, and he followed him, and then he got into a game of cat and mouse with him. And then he's like, then they even crossed paths, and they stared at each other. He went and looked inside the guy's car, and then he did what anybody would do if you're homeless, go to Reddit.
Dude, you just don't get it because you're old. That's how you contact the police these days.
It is the first page of the internet. And then that's how they ended up catching him.
Amazing.
Isn't it crazy?
Well, see, I had so many questions yesterday whenever the reports started coming out that authorities say they've identified the suspect, they've obtained a warrant, but they're not releasing the name. So I was thinking, okay, but wouldn't you want the name out there?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think you'd want the name unless they did they not really know who it was? I wonder if they had no. I wonder if
That's what I'm wondering. Was this CYA?
Yeah, this was CYA. And they were like, we got our guy. I'm like, no, you didn't. The homeless guy got him.
The homeless guy got him.
And then the guy shot himself inside of his storage unit.
Wow.
And they did just confirm he did kill the other guy at MIT.
The professor.
They studied together in Portugal.
Yeah.
So
Cash is really big on taking credit for other people's work.
He is. He can't wait to get the homeless guy on a podcast.
We got him.
He's going to send a plane out to get him.
Somebody gave him to you.
Yeah. So he's going to send a plane out. We're going to go get him.
What a fascinating story.
You know what? Let's remember. So this started Saturday. Then it was somebody was screaming Allah Akbar. Remember that? Then they arrested the white Marine, and it was all him. And then they put his name out everywhere.
And then I mistakenly read his name yesterday.
Yeah.
Because it came up as breaking news. Goodness.
Yeah. And then come to find out, it's they started telling everybody, you know what? Here's a conspiracy. It was an Iranian hit squad that killed the MIT guy because he does plasma fusion. And they come to find out it was a dude from Portugal who studied with him, and obviously they had beef. That's not random. But what is the beef? Where's the beef?
Yeah.
And why was Brown?
He studied at Brown for a few years, and that's why he knew that hall so well.
But what I'm saying, what was his beef with Brown?
I have no idea. I don't know. He left on his own volition. He studied. He seemed to be a good student. I have no idea. The whole thing is weird. But
now we'll never know.
No, we may not never know. First thing I thought is like, is there a love triangle? Did he get kicked out of? He didn't seem to get kicked out of Brown. And you're going to hear a lot of stuff over the next couple of days. Did somebody steal somebody's thesis or patent? That was the thing when I thought of at MIT. Once you knew that they knew each other, somebody steal somebody's wife. But, it's just, but the randomness of, you went to Brown, so you go back to shoot up a bunch of people that weren't alive when you were there? That doesn't make any sense.
You think he was after Kylie?
No.
Okay.
No. So, it was just very interesting. The whole thing was just bizarre. But just the rumors. Oh, my God, the rumors.
Well, remember all the so-called, credible sources on social media who said they had inside information that Trump was going to announce war against Venezuela during his speech the other night.
Yeah, he was never going to announce war.
Yeah, actually, no, if the two of you had paid attention during the speech, there was an entire segment about it. It just went by in about 1.2 seconds.
1.2 seconds. I'm completely shocked. I can't believe you guys nominated me. This is great. I can't believe you guys have, it's an honor.
My
you guys
hand-picked panel.
And apparently there were people that wanted to vote no on the change of the Kennedy Center, and they muted them.
Oh my gosh!
And you can't say this was a surprise. They've already got the name change on the wall. They already have it, and it's supposed to be an act of Congress. Oh. Kennedy's people aren't happy.
Oh man,
that's. What else do you think he's going to nominate himself for or name change? Yellowstone.
The Trump Capitol building.
Oh, I'm waiting for that.
Well, I'm still waiting on Mount Rushmore, man.
Oh, I know. He wants it so bad. He's looking around going, which one of you guys is going to suggest it?
Is there room?
Somebody get me Andy Ogles. He'll do it. Because Andy will. You should get a third term and put on Mount Rushmore. We could take everybody off Mount Rushmore, put you up there. Will you be my friend?
I still need to see the engineering that's going to let them carve that hair.
Oh, my goodness.
It'll be thick, too. It'll be super thick.
Of course.
Or he's going to ask him to build a giant, huge statue in front of all the other presidents on Mount Rushmore. Carve it out of gold.
No, they'll use the debris that's lower, and they'll just process that into a statue.
Carve it out of gold. It'll be awesome. I was looking more at those plaques. Oh, Lord. Those things are hilarious. Those are just, again, The Office, right? Take away all the stuff that Trump does. He's owning the libs. There's a certain level. It's like, this is The Office. This is a different office here. Right? Like, there's supposed to be something a little bit you're kind of above it all. And Trump's like, I'm not actually. Oh, yeah. So, very interesting. And I was sitting there just laughing. Like, today, I'm sitting there, and there's, breaking news, and then they show a picture of the building, and his name's above Kennedy's.
It's already there.
It's already there. Like, this was not a surprise. I can't believe it. It was unanimous? Well, yes. Everybody wanted to vote it against. Their microphones didn't work. I don't know why that was. It's crazy. Couldn't believe it.
And this is the panel that he put on there.
Yeah, that's it. They're all hand chosen by him. That's the other side of it. Oh, he is something else. Good. Look, we're going to look back in this day and go, whew, I don't know what that was.
Man.
Right? I mean, we're going to look back and there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. It's going to be written about for a long time. All right? Trust me, your legacy is secure. Your legacy is secure. And I think some people look back and go, people on the left in the future will look back and go, yeah, you know what? He got some of that stuff right that we were saying wasn't right. And I think some people on the right can look back in the day and go, yeah, he got away with some stuff he probably shouldn't have got away with. So there it is. That was the fun time.
Man.
Yeah, I know. And then there's, you've got all this stuff. It's supposed to be the holidays. And, you got the Epstein stuff. Keep waiting on that.
Yeah.
We've got till tonight, till midnight. And then what? I don't know. The Congress isn't here. They left. Mike Johnson wanted them gone because of the weed.
Mike needs a little weed.
He does, man. That guy's so uptight.
That would be something.
Yeah.
That would be something to see.
The Trumpagon. I love that. Somebody said they could carve his face in the moon. Don't give me an idea.
Somebody said to 3D print him on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
And the Trumpagon. Welcome to the Trumpagon. It's going to be fantastic.
Maybe that's why we have a new moon program, is that the real plan is to get up there and carve his face in the moon.
No, probably.
It'll be like that the marketing logo out of Hancock.
Oh, God, yeah. Yo, you know it. I mean, God, he would love that.
Oh, man.
He would so love that. He likes it. He likes this kind of stuff. He's so concerned about his legacy. His legacy matters in such a big way. Yeah, have you seen the printout? He's got like a 3D model of the new ballroom. Have you seen it?
No.
So there's the White House, right? And there's a couple other little things. And the ballroom is like 5 times the size of the White House. The White House is dwarfed. Plus, it's going to cost double. And he fired the guy that it was originally the architect in building it because they weren't getting along. Because he's like, you need to make it bigger, more gold, more gold. We need more gold.
Oh, man.
Oh, he is a character. Love or hate him, he's a character. Look, there's stuff that drives me crazy about him, and there's other stuff that makes me laugh. I'm not going to ask. Little crap like this, the name, he doesn't care. I'll ask for forgiveness.
Right.
Well, what are you guys going to do? You're going to take it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Eventually, somebody's going to come in, and all those plaques are going to be gone.
Yeah.
And they're going to take down the name probably at some point in time. And, and the whole thing with the ball. Look, we needed a ballroom because the reality was state dinners have gotten bigger. You can't hold everything in there. It's just so much bigger than anything.
State dinners were getting to the point where they had the kids' table in another room.
They did. Little Marco's at the kids' table today. Sorry, little Marco. I know you're excited. You can't wait.
You think he's like privately telling Speaker Johnson, look, you need to keep these plaques up.
Yeah,
you need to pass. You
Yeah.
need to write it into a bill.
That's it.
Codify it.
Codify. The plaques can never go down unless it's 100% from everybody. They need to come down.
Neither can the Trump Center.
And as I was reading some of them today, they're just truth socials that they just printed out, and on other plaques below.
Yeah.
They're capitalized in weird places. Sleepy Joe stole the election. And Joe's picture, that's the funny thing. So Barack's picture's there, and there's Trump. And Joe's picture is an auto pen.
That, to me, is the sweetest diss ever.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, God, he is funny, though. He is funny.
He is, man.
I mean, look, if he's the funniest president we've ever had. I mean, I didn't know many of the, I'm sure Adams was funny. Washington, I
Reagan
heard.
was pretty funny.
Reagan was really funny.
He was good at the joke.
Yeah, he was good at the joke.
He had good, quick one-liners.
Yeah, and the reason why Reagan was an actor, right, originally.
Yeah.
That's what he was. He was a performer. But Trump is, he's just something else. And Reagan was a good president. He liked Trump before Trump was in politics, so I like him.
Well, and that's the thing. Talking about 2028.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be like Trump.
No.
Even if J.D. Vance is the guy and elected, nobody can be this guy.
JD does not have his personality.
No. JD doesn't have his personality. And there's going to be, look, as much as people love Trump, that number it's steady at, at 25, 30%. And it's probably going to shrink a little bit more. And you can't win with that. And some people, they're battling over Charlie Kirk and TPUSA. And we'll talk about some of that stuff later. But the reality is there's going to be some people that are going to want to distance themselves so much because of all the controversy. But they're going to want to be something different because we may want something different. Look, Winston Churchill, one of the great leaders of our time, and not the bad guy in World War II, for those of you out there. Winston Churchill was the leader we needed at the time. And that's the way people looked at it. And the Brits looked at him that way. The minute the war was over, he had like a 95% rate of popularity and approval. And he was voted out of office big time because he was the person they needed at that time to get through the war. He was not a peacetime leader. So I think they went in another direction, and it could be that way. I just don't think JD's it.
Well, apparently Trump doesn't either because he hasn't said.
No, he wants to see them fight.
And that's kind of Trump's
Yeah.
That's how he operates.
That's exactly. Oh, yeah. He wants to see you go at it with each other.
And win.
Who's willing to love me the most? Who's willing to go the farthest? Who's willing to do whatever they need to do? And that's what you're going to get. But I just don't. I know last night they embraced him, and Erica Kirk embraced him and said, "Oh, we're going to follow JD. He's going to be our nominee." I just don't think so. Whoever the nominee is, and it all depends too how popular Trump is. Because if we have big downturns and there's a bunch of upheaval and we get into a war, and it turns out to be not the easy thing we thought, and then people can say, you know what, we want something polar opposite. Or it could be great. And everybody's like, well, okay, could be somebody in the administration.
We got 3 years.
We do. Well, you know what? Next year.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They're already jockeying it right now. Probably in the White House. They're probably to see who get closest to Trump when they sit down on that big table.
I want to see the fight among the Democrats. That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
Because I guess right now Gavin Newsom is the guy.
Yeah, Newsom's the guy for now, but that's for now. I want to see who else is going to really throw their hat in the ring. I'm thinking if Shapiro gets in, that's going to be tough. Him and Newsom will battle it out.
Shapiro.
Out of Pennsylvania. That guy's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Newsom is, you can hate him all you want, but the dude is a chameleon, and he reminds you a lot of a younger, prettier-looking version of Bill Clinton. And that guy can, and Newsom doesn't care either. He doesn't. The politics are whatever they need to be on that day.
Yeah.
If you need him to be a moderate, he'll be a moderate. If you need him to go super progressive, be super progressive. He doesn't care. If you needed to be a Republican, he had a chance to win, he'd do that. Because he likes the power and the prestige.
It's just interesting, the tug of war in the Democratic Party between the old school and the progressives.
Amen.
That's where it's going to be, man.
Amen. All right, coming up, a lot of stuff. We're going to have some more fun. We got some more Gary Busey coming up in a little while. He's fun. He's not well, by the way. He's got some more Christmas wishes for us. Chad Benson, Joseph, talking 997. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Prize Picks. Prize Picks is amazing. It's America's #1 fantasy sports app. Right now, you have a chance to get $50 free in lineups when you go and download the app and use my code chat. So you're picking between player stats of more and less, right? So the projected stats. So Steph Curry, right? Do you think he's going to get X amount of three-pointers, X amount of points, X amount of steals? Last night, Stafford, and you go look at that game last night, and what an amazing football game. And Puka Nacua, I had him. He got over the hump, by the way. It's that simple. Understand the sports like you do, you can win. You can win up to 2,000 times your money. It is simple and easy. To pick a lineup, you have to have 2 more players, and they've got a big max discount right now for the big fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. For Joshua, it's literally, it's like an easy win to start off. So what are you waiting for? Download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code Chad to get $50 in lineups instantly. We play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789.
Following some breaking news out of Arizona, there are reports that Luke Air Force Base is on lockdown due to a reported active shooter incident. I'll get you the details coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Man, that's crazy.
Here we go again, man.
It's a Friday. Always seems to be a Friday. Always seems to be a Friday.
Yeah.
So that's what we got there. Yeah. Luke Air Force Base. I see it's now popping up. God willing, no.
Let's hope not.
Let's
man.
hope not. Let's just.
Can we got to have a fun day, man.
Well, we're going to have fun. I mean, it's just, and a lot of times, you know what? People are on edge too. So.
Yeah, who knows? It could just be somebody saw something that was out of place, but it turns out to be nothing. Let's pray for that.
Car backfired, something like that. You know, I mean, it sounds silly, but, you know, because that's the last thing we need. That's the last thing we need. We've had just too much insanity. It's the holidays. Supposed to be having fun, right? Getting ready to go traveling, getting ready to go B&A, get stuck, you know, with the TSA, right? As they put you through the ringer.
Yeah.
You know, for their $8 an hour, whatever it is they get.
Make you take your shoes off.
Make you take your shoes off because, you know, that's because some guy took his shoe off because he had a bomb in there. So now that's what we're going to do because we're reactionary.
Didn't they stop that?
Yeah, I think they stopped that.
Which, you know, but what are we going to do about all the shoe bombers now?
Yeah, I know. Remember I'm surprised they didn't go, well, you know, now that the underwear bomber, remember the underwear bomber?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
They
didn't-
were,
why
you
didn't
know,
we
they
have
were
to
talking
take-
about we should have everybody drop trow around the
Of
airport.
course. That's why they got those new X-ray machines that scan you all the way down to the skin.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is it's just, you know, everybody's going to be traveling. It's cold outside today. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it is cold. Woo, I almost went on my walk this morning in shorts. Had to turn around and put on some sweat.
I had shorts, took the dogs down, and they were not happy, but they had the little jackets on. Because, yes, my dogs have jackets.
That's right.
'Cause my wife's always, you know, they're Arizona dogs. I get it. They're warm weather dogs, but they are not happy. They are unhappy with the cold weather like this.
Well, I would think that little Bowie, he would want people to see his hair standing up on his back.
Actually, you know, the funny thing is Bowie loves his jacket.
Oh, really?
Red doesn't. Bowie thinks his jacket gives him the cool. He's got the riz, as the kids would say. Got all the riz. He prounces around and he's all big. What's up, man? What's up? How you guys doing? The other dog now Red, whiny dog. Oh my! So we're keeping an eye on what's going on in Arizona. God willing, there is
Yes,
nothing.
sir.
I'm gonna actually text a couple of my buddies over there right now who are
Yes, sir.
maybe on the way to that potential shooting and find out what's going on.
Where is that?
It's not too far outside of Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's cool, man. I'll tell you what, it's really neat. Like because you see the planes flying all over.
Yeah.
And you know when I used to go pick Jack up, I'd take the I'd hop on the freeway and I'd take it straight down and you go through Yuma and everything. And as you're going through Yuma, you get to El Centro. El Centro, that's where the Blue Angels are. So it'd be a Saturday morning, and I pull over to the same stop, rest stop every time because I know where everything is. And at least for every 10 times I went, 5 times in the mornings at the same time, the Blue Angels were out practicing.
That's cool.
So you'd
man.
sit there and watch with some dude and his dog who are traveling and watch the Blue Angels fly around for like 5 minutes. And boy, I bet the houses right there were thrilled too.
Yeah.
They were not thrilled. This one was kind of a joke. All right, coming up, more of potentially what's going on in Arizona. Got a bunch of other stuff to get to as well. They're MAGA fighting at TPUSA, and that was kind of funny because they're going at each other. You know, Ben Shapiro. Everybody's they're trying to grab for all of that they can get. We want some of those people to follow us. You know who's winning? Candace. She's winning the audience right now. Chad Bensdale, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Sumner County expect overnight traffic delays on 65 and Long Hollow Pike starting Sunday. Crews are going to set concrete beams for a new bridge. It's part of the 65 improvements project. So lane closures will run Sunday night through Monday morning, then again Tuesday night up until midnight with at least one lane open at all times. Drivers should plan ahead. Just be ready for some delays if you're going to be going through there. Right now, again, as we just mentioned, we are following reports of Luke Air Force Base just outside of Phoenix, Arizona, being on lockdown due to a reported active shooter incident. I'm looking at Senator Ruben Gallego's X post. He says, my team is closely monitoring reports of this active shooter at Luke Air Force Base in West Valley. He's thanking law enforcement and emergency crews for their swift response. He's asking everyone in the area, please remain cautious as we continue to learn more, and we will pass along whatever we learn to you as this information becomes available. President Trump's marijuana reclassification is fueling a push for change here in Tennessee. Democratic Memphis State Senator London Lamar says, quote, our marijuana laws are stuck in the dark ages. She's urging the General Assembly to take a serious step forward on cannabis reform. Tennessee remains one of the few states with no medical marijuana program. And at some point today, the Justice Department's expected to release hundreds of thousands of pages related to its investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. ABC News national correspondent Steve Portnoy.
The Deputy Attorney General says today's release will not include all of the Epstein files, that despite the legal deadline, officials will still need more time to complete redactions to protect the privacy of victims. Democrats in Congress are now accusing the administration of violating the law. The ranking members of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee say they're examining all legal options, but it's unclear what steps they could take to try to force the administration into full compliance.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Nasty weather out there coming soon, as you guys know. What happens? It's the rain. Then you get the freeze. Maybe get some snow. You get some stuff that gets in places it shouldn't be. Oh, Lord, what happens? You get the water right there in your basement, your crawl space. You look around and you're like, oh, what's going on with your foundation? That's where USS comes in. They're amazing. So if you've got cracks, right, like in your basement, if you've got issues in places where you think, I really can't see what's going on there, but I think some stuff happened, that's where USS comes in. They're going to come over, right? So United Structural Systems, they're going to give you a free, go through inspection, everything. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you need something that's real, and they'll tell you. But they're not there just to sell you something. That's not who they are. 30 years in business, 30,000 happy customers. They're amazing. Don't let something small, because we all do it, become something large. Especially when it comes to your foundation, your basement walls, right? Are those waterproof? What about your crawl space? And the last thing you want is mold, which has been a nightmare, and wood rot. USS can take care of you. Call them today, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or check out everything they do online at ussdn.com. My buddy, Martha, runs
Yep.
a big news talk station out there. She got a Marconi for being a great reporter. She just texted me and said this right now. Nothing clear or confirmed. Lockdown, reported shots, waiting. They're sending somebody out there waiting for the news. So reported shots.
Yeah.
So don't know what that means.
Somebody heard something.
Yes.
That's probably what that.
God willing, that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Somebody's like, Chad, the Blue Angels train in Imperial Valley, California, which is not God's country, by the way, if you don't know where that's at. So they're like, they're here, they're there. They train in Imperial Valley. So, Thunderbirds train out there. Everybody trains out in that Air Force base out in that neck of the woods in California because I'm not really sure why, actually, because there's nothing out there except for a few homes.
Maybe that's why, because there's only a few homes.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, like because it's this place called El Centro, and this is the difference when you start to get to California and certain places. El Centro, California it's a tiny little town of what? Oh, about 100,000 people, and you're just like, but you think it's so because it's the middle of godforsaken nowhere. Nowhere. It is way in the middle of nowhere. And when you're trying to get to San Diego, you have to go up over the mountains and stuff. Oh, geez.
There's no quicksand.
And that's where, so the last time I took Jack home, yeah, there's a lot of quicksand, is when Biden was still president. And when you go up the mountain you go into California from Yuma, right? So, and I've been to Yuma a bunch of times down on the border. And there's a fence there. The fence is hilarious. I'll see if I can find it. The fence is, I was there with Matt Gaetz, actually. So that lady tried to surrender to him. Like, that's the wrong guy to surrender to, ma'am. But the fence is literally, it's like 100 yards. And that's it. So you can walk around it. You can walk to the side of it. And it's an Obama fence. It was never finished.
Interesting.
So, but when you go up the hill, so the last time Jack and we were going home that way, we go up the hill, and when you get up to the top of the hill, as you're getting into, now the real mountainous area, there was a border patrol area where there was probably 1,000 people sitting there waiting to be processed. That's when it was really out of control. Wow. Yeah, so they were coming over the mountains, and it was just, it's 105 outside.
Yeah.
And, and those areas, you guys have any idea? I mean, we get hot here, but those parts of the desert, the reason there's not a lot of, nature takes care of stuff. And the amount of people that try that trek, it's just, I can't even imagine that. It is crazy. It is so crazy. Oh, goodness me. So Trump, for those of you guys don't know, he's got his name on something. There you go. Nothing to stop him from putting his name on the now, instead of Kennedy Center, it is the Trump Kennedy Center, which is normally you get an honor like that when it's a posthumous thing. And he asked, well, he doesn't even ask for forgiveness. He just looks at you and said, what are you guys going to do about it?
If it has to be posthumous, why is RFK Jr.'s name on it?
Oh, look at you. You did right there. Look at you. Yeah. You know what? For most of the Kennedys, he's dead in their eyes anyways. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I can't believe you'd say that. They're going to name the Mayo Clinic after him.
Yeah.
RFK Jr. Mayo Clinic.
I don't think he's having Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner with his family.
No, that would be awkward. That would be very awkward.
RFK Jr. Mayo and mustard.
Trump. Some of you guys were sending us Trump names earlier. They were so hilarious for what you would call like the Trumpagon, right? Just some stuff is so spectacular. The Ken Trumpy Derby. The Trump House. The Trump house is fantastic. I like that. It's going to be great. You guys are going to like it.
Oh, goodness.
Just
Go from white to orange.
yeah, orange, gold. Everything's gold. Oh, when you go look at the plaques. Go look above them. He's got these like fleur-de-lis, these giant gold things above them. Why that? There's so much gold. It does look tacky. I've never been a gold everywhere guy. It's not my thing. Have you? Are you a gold everywhere guy?
No, but I've been in houses where,
It's awful.
yeah.
It is.
I much prefer
is,
like
man.
silver or chrome or
Yeah. It's
Gold is not.
gold, especially that much gold. It's like, whoa. it's so uncomfortable.
It's like the backs of the chairs at the dinner table is gold.
Everything.
The chandeliers are gold.
Everything's gold. You're like, why? I thought it was supposed to be like understated, kind of cool. You know, it's quiet. Nope, everything's gold. Gold! And including, I can't wait to see how big this ballroom is eventually going to be. So it's doubling in cost and size, which is just fantastic.
That's where he's going to, I bet you that's where he wants to hold that UFC.
Yeah. God. That is so hilarious. Mount Trumpmore. I like that one.
Mount Trumpmore. Yes, sir.
It's going to be the greatest. It's going to be great. You guys can go to Trump Stone. That'd be nice. Go see the Trump Stone. Trump 1, Trump 2. The UFC fight, I could see that. Although I feel like he wants to hold it in the Rose Garden.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
gonna
they
be
used to.
outdoor. That'll be outdoor.
Yeah, just like they used to.
I saw a documentary of how his plane is taken care of, his personal plane.
Yeah.
And he had the carpeting in it completely ripped out and replaced because he didn't like where the seam was.
Yeah, that's him. I'm telling the most fascinating thing I've seen, because he's into staging. This is a big deal.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Everything is staging. And part of that is being a real estate guy, because if you know anything about real estate, everything, when they're selling a house, it's all about staging. So when they were doing this documentary about him, it's a cup of water and a little table next to him, and they're getting ready to do an interview, one of those things where you sit in a room and you can't see the interviewer. And he keeps moving the water like several different places, telling the guy, take it away, take it back, bring it here. He'd move it to the right, to the left. No, yes, no, bring it back. And because to him, it's all about framing and staging. Framing and staging. That's why I want Donald Trump in big gold letters. I don't care what you do with the little Kennedy fellow.
Big gold letters and lights.
Oh, lots of lights. So far, we've gotten nothing from the Epstein stuff. I know they're scrambling. It's supposed to be out by, 11:59 tonight? That's what they have?
Well, remember yesterday they were reporting that Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers were doing something that could and there was the possibility this could slow this thing down.
Yeah. Well, it's hard.
They were doing something that was billable.
Yes. Well, it's hard. Do you know how many times we have to we have to cross out his face? Do you know how many times we have to do that? Take out his name? What's going to be funny is they're like, told you only Democrats in this. And you're like, nobody believes that. You know what? Again, do I think that he is... I've always said I don't think he did anything. The big issue is going to be, for a lot of people, maybe myself included, if he had already been jailed and he'd already been convicted of that thing, and then he got out and did more stuff, and you said you got away from him once you found out about that stuff. If you were still friends with him afterwards, that's an issue, right? But so are all these other scumbags. You know what? That's why they're scumbags. They're absolute scumbags.
Yeah, who was the guy that recently had to step down?
Larry Summer?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, Harvard. Man, that guy had the cojones to go to class and try to teach after all of those emails and stuff.
You think that could have been a contractual thing, though, or he didn't want to give them cause to...
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
No. I think that's somebody who is completely blind to what's happening.
Can't read the room.
Cannot read the room. Here was the room that he had to read. Young co-ed girls don't like you. because of a lot of reasons, but that's a big one right there. And, Bill Gates and who's the guy? Stephen Hawking. Who's the little fellow in the wheelchair? Stephen Hawking.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Little fella.
He's just a little fella. Smart guy. Not that smart, though. So all of them, that's what I think people want to see is it's who are the people that, and again, nobody's going to get prosecuted. Nobody's going to get prosecuted out of this. The only two prosecutions that came, only one. Ghislaine Maxwell. That's it. He trafficked to nobody, apparently, even though poor Andrew, right? Lord, was
all he got was a slap on the wrist anyway.
Yeah.
You don't get your titles anymore.
Yeah. Neither does your weird wife who was begging Epstein for money. But nobody's going to get prosecuted out of this, and that is frustrating a lot of people. But who are the people who enabled all of these things? Who are the people that enabled them? Who are the people that made sure that he had cover? Who are the people that sent him 4,000 wires of ungodly amounts of money? Lex Wessner and all of these powerful people that enabled him to do these awful things for years. I think that's because the first batch of emails, I tell everybody, don't look at what's in the body of it. Go look at who's been CC'd on it and see, what massive stars and power brokers and, he's not friends with the janitor. These are, if you can't do something for him, he's not going to do anything for you. All right, coming up. We got a little Finally Friday sounds. We're going to rock out a little bit, enjoy ourselves. Been a hell of a week, as we all know, even though it was supposed to be a quiet week as we head into the holidays. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Bencio, Super Talk 997.
Nashville's morning news with Dan Mandis.
A lot of people are getting frustrated with the Republicans, but we still have a lot of wins. And the good news is, we still have a year to focus on what really matters. That, of course, the economy. Have faith.
Nashville's morning news with Dan Mandis. Weekdays from 5 to 9 a.m. and streaming on the Supertalk 99.7 WTN app.
Relief Factor is awesome. So if you got aches and pains in your body, Relief Factor. So I take it every single day. It's natural. It's got omega-3 fatty acids and resveratrol and all these amazing things in it that focus on inflammation, which is the key. As we get older, the more we work out, and just the more we live our lives every day. You're working, you're on your feet, you're sitting down, you're up, down, and you get home, and what are you? Exhausted. And the last thing you want to do is to hang out and do anything. You're just beat. Men, women, everybody. Relief Factor is going to help you not only get through, but feel amazing when you do. And when you try a Jumpstart trial bag of Relief Factor, you take it every single day. It's not addictive. It's natural. It is $19.95. So it's, again, less than a cup of coffee a day. How do you get it? You go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com, or call 1-800-4RELIEF for Relief Factor. You will love this stuff. It is truly incredible. I take it every single day. You're going to feel 1,000 times better. Call 1-800-4RELIEF and tell them Chad sent you.
All right, good news coming out of Arizona, where it looks like the lockdown has been lifted at Luke Air Force Base. Authorities saying that no active threat was found after someone reported possible shots fired. Now that lockdown lifted, no active threat found at Luke Air Force Base. Here in Tennessee, President Trump's move to reclassify marijuana is having an effect. We'll tell you about it at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Well, let's have a little fun. It's been, we thought it was going to be a quiet week, heading into the holidays. Next thing you know, you look up and you're like, really? It started over the weekend and continued.
I'm burning inside because for months I... This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess.
Oh, Donald Trump right there. Some of you guys continuing to send in the things that you think Trump should call the Golden Trump Bridge. He would probably do that. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. I would like the Golden Trump Bridge.
The Empire Trump Building.
Yeah, I tried to buy it once and I realized too tiny. I don't do tiny things. Give it to little Marco.
Not big enough.
Little Marco. Oh, it's Ash and Fire out today. That's that Avatar film. That's that. Oh, man, we know how much you love Avatar.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap, and I haven't even seen it.
Let me tell you what happens. The fish people, and one guy's good. He's a good guy, and he's like, and yeah, good. And he's on the fish people side now. And
Fish people.
is that what they are? They're fish people, right? This time,
I don't know.
or is it I don't know. I don't.
I saw the first one, and I wish I would not have wasted that 3.5 hours out of my life.
Yeah. So fish people.
It amazes me how much time he needs to suck.
Does. How much money he needs. It's not very nice. Kennedy Center gets new signage. Yeah, well, I can't believe that was amazing. You guys have really surprised me. Coming up, more Gary Busey fun.
Yes.
Bunch of
Yes.
other. Yes, oh, we got a whole bunch of it. Bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson Show.
1 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Sumner County, heads up. Prepare for overnight closures on 65 and Long Hollow Pike starting this weekend. Crews are going to be setting the beams for this new bridge as part of the widening project of 65. Closures going to run starting 8 o'clock Sunday night to 5 o'clock Monday morning. Then again Tuesday at 8 o'clock up until midnight. Detours will be in place. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. And again, all clear given at Luke Air Force Base after authorities say there was no shots fired. They could not find anything posing a threat at Luke Air Force Base there in Arizona today. President Trump's move to reclassify marijuana federally, sparking calls for change here in Tennessee. Democratic Memphis State Senator London Lamar says, quote, our marijuana laws are stuck in the dark ages. She argues reform is about freedom, public health, and fiscal responsibility instead of wasting taxpayer money on incarceration. She says we should be investing in roads, schools, and health care. She says it's time for the General Assembly to take what she says is a serious step forward on cannabis reform. We'll see what they do in the next session. The Justice Department's expected to start releasing its Epstein files today in accordance with the law Congress passed last month. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more from Washington.
The files are expected to be released in batches, with hundreds of thousands of pages coming today and thousands more in the weeks ahead. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says officials need more time to redact information related to victims. Blanche confirms investigations of high-profile Democrats who associated with Epstein are ongoing, as President Trump recently directed. But Blanche says as of today, quote, no new charges are coming.
Tennessee will hand over its full voter registration list to the U.S. Department of Justice. This moves part of a nationwide probe into how states maintain accurate voter rolls. Federal officials say the review is required under election integrity laws. Tennessee joins Louisiana and Mississippi in voluntarily complying with the Department of Justice request. Tennessee suing Roblox, accusing the gaming platform of failing to protect children. The lawsuit claims Roblox misled parents by promising a safe environment while exposing kids to predators and inappropriate content. State officials say the company prioritized profits over safety, even after repeated warnings. Roblox denies the allegations, insisting it uses advanced safeguards and works closely with law enforcement. TikTok, one step closer to coming under American ownership, announcing a finalized deal to have a U.S. joint venture take control of the popular app. Here's Mike Dubusky.
President Trump said in September the Chinese leadership was fully on board with this plan, but so far there hasn't been definitive word from the Chinese government that they support the arrangement to have TikTok fall under the partial control of American investors. Under this new agreement, the U.S. joint venture will control things like TikTok's data privacy policies and the app's algorithm.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Merry Christmas, Gary Busey. Poor guy.
Awesome.
I'll be home for Christmas, beating Santa and his sleigh. Yeah.
Whoopee. Oh, Gary.
I freaking love it.
You know what, though? I tell everybody, go get Gary Busey. Go to his cameo. He's 81. That guy's lived a life.
Way to go, brother Gary Busey.
He has lived a life. Jake, and he's got his, so he has got I think it's he's got another son that films him and puts him everywhere. And they take him all over, and they'll film it like the grocery store, and it's just fascinating. You know, because he's found a new life, like on Cameo and stuff, because he's kind of out there. Let's be real. You know, drugs didn't help, but definitely crashing his motorcycle did not help at all.
That did not help at all.
I mean, he should not have lived. I mean, his brains, I mean, there was fluid all over the ground that was his. And I can't remember if he had a helmet or if it came off or if he wasn't wearing a helmet. But California, they always have to wear a helmet. But that was, the fact that he lived was tremendous. But it took years for him to get back. And, you know, he just does cameos now. I don't even know how much he's getting for a cameo. You think about those, you get $600 for those. You do 3 or 4 of them a day, and you sit there and you still got your residuals coming in doing other stuff. And you can go online and go, I'll be home for Christmas. Ha! He is he's an interesting character.
He is, man.
You know what else is weird? It's Nick Nolte.
Really?
Yeah, that guy.
He doing some crazy stuff?
Yeah.
I used to always get the two of them confused, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Like Nick he's out there. He's out there.
It's like after he did that Ang Lee Hulk movie, it's like he went off and it's like his whole attitude became, how do I get as far out to the fringe as I can?
Yeah, like they would talk about how they would go over and Ang Lee and him would watch. They would, like blood that was drawn, they would just watch it on the microscope on like a big screen. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Interesting.
Yeah, drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
They're so bad, guys. They're so bad. Today, Epstein files. They're going to turn over several 100,000 documents, supposedly. This was not, I mean, you know, they should have started, I don't know how many they're going to say you can't have. But several 100,000 that will be coming out in I think they have to have it out by 11:59 Eastern time tonight. And I don't know if this is everything or if it's going to be a drip and we'll get some next week. Of course, the Democrats are like, you need to release everything. And, you know, you can't release everything. But we're not going to get it all. Everybody knows anything good is not going to happen. That's never going to happen. So, and I've always said this about Trump. I don't think Trump did anything untoward. I never thought once that Trump did anything, you know. I think he's protecting people. That to me is, I don't like that. I don't think any of us should like that because I thought the whole point was to absolutely drain the swamp. And he's protecting parts of the swamp. And the same thing, I never thought Clinton did anything. Susie Wiles said Clinton didn't do anything. So there you go. But what happens from here, again, what we get, no idea. No idea. But the dump is coming today at, I heard it was supposed to come on Christmas Eve. But, you know, Mike Johnson picked everybody up and bounced early so they could do it now.
You're out.
Yeah, Mike Johnson. He's fun. So what's going to happen with the weed here? What are they trying to do?
You got Memphis Democratic State Senator London Lamar, who wants to at least have lawmakers approve some sort of medical marijuana initiative here in Tennessee. Right now, I don't even think medical marijuana is legal in Tennessee.
It's not.
Yeah.
And so she says, rather than incarceration, we need to use that taxpayer money for roads, infrastructure, healthcare, that sort of thing. And, she says our rules are outdated. We need to get into 21st century, as she says, And hopefully they take something up during the legislative session.
I can easily see Afton jumping on board with that, too.
Yeah, we all should jump on board. We don't. First of all, we're incarcerating people at a rate that's way too high. We got another big lawsuit coming. Did you see that? You know, that guy went into jail and he got virtually, you're in there for 6 months. He got beat nearly to death. Nobody, well, there shouldn't be protection. Well, you shouldn't get sentenced to a life in a wheelchair with a fractured skull because you had some stupid warrant for theft. I mean, and the prisons are a machine that prints money. They're like schools. The more butts in the beds, the better it is. The more butts in seats, the better it is. And we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be incarcerating people for marijuana. And again, it's so frustrating. And I don't smoke.
You're a teetotaler.
I'm a teetotaler, baby.
Now we don't have to arrest people over it because Trump said it's not a gateway drug anymore.
It's not a gateway drug. It's not. Yes, it is. Somebody took one hit out of a bong. Next thing you know, straight to fentanyl.
I drank a THC seltzer last night. Went out and broke into my neighbor's house.
As you do. That's all you do. That's you can't stop. I mean, the minute you start taking those gummies, whoo!
I would have gone to a couple more houses, but it was kind of cold.
And you were tired. I was hungry. What'd you steal? Actually, I just got some chips. It was kind of weird. I got the munchies left.
I raided the fridge.
It's so ridiculous that that we're incarcerating people over any. I mean, I know now that they don't do it as much, but man, there was a time that our jails were full of people over stupid dime bags. That's a joke. All the while, you got massive pharmaceutical companies, right? I mean, the Sacklers out there who need to get kicked in the sack, going out and pushing all of that Oxycontin into, it's fine, it's great, you can take it every day, it's not habit forming. And then West Virginia just basically disappeared between Oxycontin and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
You hear stories about people, they go in, they got a hurt back, or they had knee surgery. 4 months later, their husband hasn't seen him, or their wife hasn't seen him for 4 months. He's living on the street or whatever. That isn't because of weed. What kind of seltzer did you have last night?
I didn't. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, because you probably would get one. Are they still selling them?
Yeah.
When's that? Is it the new? What is it? It has to be what point?
No, not yet. I don't think that law's gone into effect yet.
Okay. I wonder if they'll change that now that we've now that this.
Well, no, because you got to remember it was a Mitch McConnell, you scumbag.
Oh yeah.
Had that put in for the benefit of the marijuana industry to the detriment of the hemp industry.
Yeah, the big weed. Big weed's fighting right now amongst themselves. They're absolutely battling amongst themselves because you've got the massive growers, and then you've got the distributor, the dispensaries. They've got to pay all these taxes for all these rules, but you can go to the liquor store, you can go to market, and you can get these seltzers, and they don't have to pay anything as far as the big taxes any more than any other regular tax, like on an energy drink. And they also can bank, and banking's important. Do they sell gummies here or no?
Yep.
Okay.
You can get flour.
Oh. That's how much I know. And I lived across the street.
I thought the flour goes away at the beginning of the year.
That's not going to happen until June now.
June, okay.
Because the problem with flour, according to lawmakers, is that once you light it, it goes above the allowable federal limit of 0.3% THC.
Once you light it, you could potentially have fun and or relax.
Might feel good. That was an idea brought forth by Speaker of the House William Lamberth.
What?
No, Leader Lamberth here in Tennessee.
What? What idea?
The problem with the flour.
Oh, okay. Because you might.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know what could happen.
He's a big fan of controlling how much freedom we have.
Yeah. Well, and then reminding us how much freedom we have. That's the favorite thing. Hey, guess how much freedom you have? Whatever I allow you to have, and that is a lot of freedom. Just don't do any of the things I don't like. And no dancing.
Freedom is okay as long as it's the type and amount I agree with.
And no dancing.
Otherwise,
dancing.
We'll make you watch Footloose.
I think that it's weird that Arkansas, they're cool with weed. But no, here, not so much. What's it like in Oklahoma, Ken? Are they fine with the weed?
Oklahoma has medical marijuana. You have to have a card in order to go into the dispensaries and buy the product. But from what I understand from my friends out there, it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah, you walk in, you're like, I think I had a migraine 6 years ago. Here's a card. Are you a doctor? Do you think I'm a doctor?
I'm close enough. Don't you worry about it. Stop asking me questions. Here's your card. Get out.
Yeah, they gave cards. They give cards out pretty. It's this weird kind of dance of ridiculousness that everybody does. It's like, so wait, I just want to remind everybody, the federal government, this isn't legal. We want to remind everybody, it's not legal. None of it's legal. This is just for medical purposes and so we can do studies, but it's not legal. Okay. Then why do you charge 30% federal taxes for something that's not legal?
All I heard was this is now legal.
Yeah. That's what your dream is.
That's what Trump told me.
Yeah. Well, it's
legal.
Only if. I wonder if they would think about doing medical marijuana here.
No, it's a gateway drug.
Yeah, that's my thing.
We have some of the most backwards ass representatives up in the General Assembly who just cannot get their head wrapped around the fact that we have pharmaceutical opiates, we have pharmaceutical cocaine, but pharmaceutical marijuana is one step too far.
Yeah.
I think Speaker Sexton has said that he would be willing to look at.
Yeah, but you know what? You get one guy like, yeah, I'm willing to look at it. Okay, good. But
I looked at it. It was ugly. I left.
It's the other people, right, that are like, well, my Bible study says this is bad. We were doing some hymns the other night, and the next thing you know, they're talking about little Jenny's kid. He smoked some marijuana the other day.
Doing some hymns.
And immediately murdered someone.
Yeah, totally. I'm like, I don't think Jimmy's smoking the same thing you guys are. Oh, he was. No, Jimmy's lost all of his teeth and he takes apart all of your furniture. That's not weed. It's not. But imagine the money we could save. Oh, you want criminals on the street? They're not. It's just so insane, right? Those for-profit, bad, violent people need to be in prison. People who smoked some weed, got caught with a few dime bags. Just let's all get over it. Let's figure out how we can. Here's the good news for everybody out there who's like totally against it. Let government have a little piece of it and get some control. They'll ruin the weed fund for everybody. I mean, you're seeing that in a lot of places where they go and they tax people to the hilt, where they just like, this is no fun anymore. It's just, I don't like control. And I just think at some point in time, let's just when can we have adult conversations about something that, without going, well, this is going to lead you down the path of no return.
Just trust government. They never get it wrong.
They always get it wrong. Because they're never doing it for the right reasons. They get it right for themselves in a lot of ways, but never right for everybody else.
You mean whenever they vote themselves pay raises?
Oh, yeah, yeah. When's the last time they go, you know what, guys, let's not do that. Let's not. Let's take one for the team. Never.
Well, Dan Crenshaw was on the socials the other day complaining they hadn't had a raise since, 2016?
Yeah.
That's why he has to do insider stock trading?
That's why they all have to.
Yeah.
See?
I can't live on $170,000 a year, you plebe.
No. You can in Texas, nice. It's tough in Virginia, but, it's, you know what? That's the job you took. What'd you think? They weren't serious about you showing up? All right, coming up. There's some really good stuff to talk about today. I do want to get to the battle of Candace versus Tucker, Nick Fuentes, Ben Shapiro. They're all battling it out. I think it's hilarious. And I'll tell you, as far as views and everything goes, Candace is winning, and there's a reason for that, and it really has nothing to do with politics. Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7. Birch Gold right now is the opportunity for you out there. Get yourself free silver. You still have till the 22nd of this month to get yourself some free silver for every $5,000 you spend with Birch Gold. Gold, it's been around forever and a day. It's been a safe haven, a safety net for a lot of people. Diversification is key, and AI. Could the bubble burst? I think there's some unsettledness in the marketplace. Could there be some serious issues globally? I think we're seeing that. And then, of course, you've got the dollar. So that's why diversification. That's why Birch. This is what I want you to do. Text the word Benson to 989898 now. They'll get you out an information kit, let you take a look at how you qualify for gold. And also, if you got an IRA or 401k, you can move it over for free. Birch will help you. And it's simple and easy. And you get it backed by a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, which is awesome. So what are you waiting for? Absolutely free. Find out why diversification is smart. Birch can do it. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Text the word Benson to 989898 today for Birch Gold.
At least one Tennessee state lawmaker would like to see the General Assembly make some changes to marijuana laws in Tennessee after what President Trump did yesterday. We'll tell you about it at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Roll another blunt.
Love me some Afro Man, baby. La da da da. La da da da. Then I got high. And I know why. Oh, man. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
What was that song? That was the 90s, right?
That was 2000s. It's Afro Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He is hilarious. Afro Man's good.
Remember the Loonies? I Got Five on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I worked that record.
Yeah. Was it Smoke Two Tokes? Remember that? You had there's a bunch of that Afro Man, though, was funny. Because I got high.
I had a station in New Mexico that was playing it 120 times a week, I think, for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. The
Dr. Dre's album, The Chronic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every song on that album.
They're just hitting it.
Gateway songs.
Gateway. A lot of people are, because somebody said that he saw Lamberth at a oil change place, and he said if the feds, do what they're doing, he's more than willing to take a look at. But it's not. You'll get one or two that might be willing to take a look. The problem is,
Stop waiting for the federal government to tell you something's okay. We're an independent state.
yes, we're our own mini country. And the other thing is, as some people said, it's these pious people that go to church on Sunday and then they gripe about THC and they go home and pop 3 Xanax after their hymns.
Well, I got that from a doctor. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, there were 3 people with white coats yesterday with Trump. That was pretty funny. Here are also 3 people that look like doctors standing next to me.
What I understand, Xanax is addictive.
Yeah. One lady said her mom is 73. She texted me. She said, my mom is 73. She's never been addicted to anything. Now she's addicted to Oxycontin.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
That is a bad one.
Well,
That is-
pot's addictive too, and if you eat a whole bag of gummies, you'll die.
You'll die of boredom. Some guy said, I'm a bouncer for a long time. Never once in my life had to break up a fight between 2 guys on weed.
No, they have to schedule a fight later, and then they forget they did.
Yeah, and they'll fight it out after they go to Denny's. I'll fight you, man. Let's do it. All right, cool. Hold on a second. Are you hungry? I'm kind of hungry.
Come on, dude.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Did you see the Greg Biffle? Did you see there was actual film of it dragging down the... Good God.
That's terrible. He apparently, we had a guy call in yesterday. Matt had set up, some correspondence with a guy who used to live here that now lives in North Carolina, where Hurricane Helene really did a lot of damage. And he came on with us yesterday, and he talked to Greg Biffle was one of the helicopter pilots that was piloting
In North Carolina.
Goods and supplies to people, man. Without him, he was a huge help over there.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It is very sad. It just, it's you don't know when.
You never know, man.
And don't get in small planes or helicopters. Matt and I were, talking about the helicopter thing too, and small planes. Small planes are. You ever been in a tiny plane, man? That thing, big planes shake. You think they shake? Wait till you go to a tiny plane.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, you look over and go, hey, look, you're probably going to crap your pants because you think we're going to die, but this is going to be fun. There's never in my life I ever said,
no.
Hey, you're probably going to crap your pants. We're going to have a good time. Yeah. Because first of all, if that really happened, nobody's having a good time.
Nobody's having a good time. No, sir.
You've never gotten scared on a roller coaster or anything, like your first time riding it, or?
I never crapped my pants on
Never crapped my pants on it.
You guys are too uptight.
No, I've been a roller, but I've never. I mean, you get excited, but the thing is, the roller coaster it's a finite thing. It's something about a roller coaster too. Everybody always think, well, if something was to happen, I'm probably I have a chance of surviving. No.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out what happened to this plane. I think his wife's text to her mother's very sad. Apparently, it was like, we're in trouble.
We're in trouble. That's what she said. And that was the last thing that she said. And to think that you're in trouble, to know that you're in trouble is much different.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there is to know that there is, you have the wherewithal to text somebody because you think this is it. That's the kind of trouble you're in. And you got your kids on there too.
Absolutely.
It's that same kind of vibe that you got when people were trying to make cell phone calls or text on 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a horrible, horrible situation. We still have no real idea exactly what happened. And I don't know, was there a black box or not?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there is.
I'm almost positive I heard them say yesterday they had recovered them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty close.
Well,
I know that debris field it's a long debris
That is a long, long debris field. So something had to go massively wrong for that thing to get to an airport and land, and then for it to become you almost wonder, was it on fire before it even got down?
Yeah, from what we saw is that it took off, and then not long after taking off, it turned around to get back to the airport, and then that's what happened whenever they got back.
Tragedy. Tragedy indeed. All right, coming up, let's talk. We're going to talk some serious stuff. Somebody said you need to be more cerebral. Let's be cerebral. And by that, we mean I'm getting a lot of, you're the super conservative station. I'm getting a lot of Afro Man requests from different songs.
I'll bring some cerebral to the table, and we can make some more weed jokes.
Yeah, we'll do that next. And it's not weed, by the way. It's marijuana. All right,
Maridahucci.
Maridahucci. It's the devil's sticky icky tobacco. Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Sumner County got a crash on Louisville Highway that is impacting both north and southbound Louisville Highway right there at Pole Hill Road. And then also in Sumner County, drivers heads up. TDOT's going to close lanes on 65 at Long Hollow Pike overnight starting Sunday through Tuesday. It'll be overnight for bridge work. One lane's going to stay open in each direction during the closures. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. After President Trump moved marijuana to a lower federal drug schedule yesterday, Tennessee leaders might make some changes. You've got Democratic Memphis State Senator London Lamar, who says the state's laws are outdated and hurting progress. She is urging the General Assembly to take what she says needs to be a serious step toward reform, which could open the door for at least medical cannabis in Tennessee. And the Justice Department's expected to begin releasing its Epstein files today in accordance with the law Congress passed last month. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy with more from Washington.
The files are expected to be released in batches, with hundreds of thousands of pages coming today and thousands more in the weeks ahead. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says officials need more time to redact information related to victims. Blanche confirms investigations of high-profile Democrats who associated with Epstein are ongoing, as President Trump recently directed. But Blanche says as of today, quote, no new charges are coming.
Here in Middle Tennessee, an investigation into an unlicensed massage parlor in Wilson County has led to prostitution charges. Deputies executed a search warrant at a business on South Mount Juliet Road at Stewart's Ferry Pike earlier this week. 2 women, ages 45 and 49, were arrested for prostitution and impersonating licensed professionals. This was in a building.
Oh, damn, I have to cancel my appointment.
This was in a building next to an Exxon gas station and Donut Time Donuts.
I get a massage and a donut? That's the greatest day of my life. But they're unlicensed.
They're unlicensed. And authorities say the case is still open. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Sun, winds gusting near and over 20 miles per hour. Sunday will have more sunshine as well, but it will be a cooler day, upper 40s to the low 50s. Warming things up next week. Temperatures by Christmas Day will push near 60.
If you're looking to save big on a new HVAC, guess what? Opportunities abound with our friends at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, Cooling. Guess what? There's some tax opportunities for you to save big, but you got to act now. Right now, federal 25C tax credit, part of the Inflation Reduction Act, gives you up to $2,000 when you install a new central AC and furnace, or $3,200 for a high-efficiency heat pump. But do not wait. Again, by the end of this month, 31st, these things are gone. On top of that, you can stack that with a TVA energy rights rebate worth hundreds of dollars on select high-efficient units. And then Busy Bee sweetens the deal. An extra $1,000 off with any new HVAC replacement, 15C or higher. Thousands in savings, federal credits, TVA rebates, and Busy Bee's own discounts, all working for you. Call 615-775-7833 or visit busybeehvac.com today. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your comfort, our mission. be honest with you guys. Massage and a donut does sound good.
Well, remember, you have to put the word massage in quotation marks.
Well, you know what? It goes back to this. Or, first of all, you don't have a license to give somebody a massage. Whatever. It's a dumb thing. Secondly, they're not performing surgery. And if you're over 18, you know what they should have done? They should have pretended they were filming it like they were making a movie. You couldn't stop it then. So that's the beauty of that's the way that works.
Oh, goodness.
You know what's weird, though, is after your massage, you go over to get a donut, and the same girl that gave you a massage is standing there ready to give you a donut. Would you like a glazed? I've already had one.
I can't do that story the rest of the day. I cannot do it. I will bust up laughing in the middle of it.
Oh, goodness me. You're
And
over
we'll
18.
try to make you laugh at the same time.
Oh, Lord. You're over 18. Get over it, for God's sakes. It is just it's another one of those things where when do we get to be adults?
You don't. That's government's job. Oh, but they don't even do that.
It was just, what if you go to one of those places and you're like, is there anybody younger?
But some dudes our age showing up.
Oh, Lord. That is just, again, it's, you go, you get
Here come the dirty comments on the text
already.
line.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you go, get a release, and some diabetes. There's nothing wrong with that.
I had to look up where it was.
Where was
it? In the
Like
story.
you didn't already know.
Because several people have asked for the address.
Yeah, it's 3195 South Mount Juliet Road. And so you look it up on maps, and it's like in one of those little strip malls, like a little bitty just office complex, if you will. It's right across the road from an Exxon, and then it says right next to it is donut time.
Mm-hmm. It is donut time.
And then on the other side of donut time is Vapor City.
All the best things in one area.
Says Vapor City, Mount Juliet, e-cigs, Kratom, and more.
Kratom. I am Kratom.
What is Kratom?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like one of those like little shrimp or something. You guys, I don't, Kratom's.
It's a drug.
Yeah, it is a drug. Bell, you probably know what Kratom is. What the hell's Kratom?
Yeah, Bill, he knows what all the drugs are.
Drug Tanica.
I have no idea.
So.
Well, let's look it up.
Yeah, Kratom. I know it's not.
I thought it was that guy from Gods of War video game.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. Kratom.
It's an herbal substance derived from the leaves of the tropical tree Matrania speciosa. I have no idea what that is. It's a native to Southeast Asia. It contains chemical compounds that produce both stimulant-like effects at low doses and opioid-like sedative effects at high doses.
Oh, okay.
You got to ban it.
It interacts with opioid receptors in the brain.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's fake pot, somebody just said.
Yeah, traditionally, kratom leaves were chewed by workers in Southeast Asia to fight fatigue and improve productivity.
No, it's basically natural speedish stuff.
Guess so.
So that's interesting. Because I thought they banned that here.
I don't know. I've seen it advertised in some of these stores.
I thought they banned that because probably because it's abusive. And somebody doesn't know what they're doing with it, and somebody else did it, and then somebody's kid got hurt, and next thing you know, it's. But yeah, I've heard it all over. I've never, up until now, I didn't know what it was.
Says it can cause constipation.
Oh, that's not fun.
I wouldn't want that.
No, hard no on the constipation, people. Hard no. So I watch very little of the streamers. Because, the YouTubers, what are those, like the influencers?
Yeah.
And, the whole thing with, what's her name? Candace Owens, and the whole battle about that. Candace found a formula that works. You know what the formula is? Everybody's, it's all politics. No, it's entertainment wrapped, here's the politics, but inside of it, it's just a whodunit. That's what she does. It's all about playing, Murder, She Wrote. But with real issues, except for whether or not the French president's wife has a penis. Again, it's bizarre. Like, that's the one you...
That's odd.
But when you go and look at her audience, so if you can go see her audience, by the way, her audience is beyond ridiculous. When she goes live, she'll have 300,000 people waiting.
Wow.
And within an hour or two, she's got 3, 4, 5 million views.
Wow.
And the whole thing about that is she, again, the Charlie Kirk stuff, all of these things, she poses questions and does stuff because her audience, she's figured out who the young people are, and a lot of them are women. They don't care about politics. They care about the whodunit side of things. They care about the, remember, what was it, Serial? Was that big podcast where they would go and they would follow a crime and they do all that? I think they got somebody out of jail, actually. And that's what she's done. And she's good at it. I mean, I think my wife, she'll listen to her. I think she's a wackadoo, but in the sense if she believes any of it. I'm not sure she believes any of it. But she does it because it is theater. She's painting a picture of something, and she's using the same formula that they use on the ID channel and all of these shows. Because women, go look at the biggest podcast for women. It is all of these murder episodes, these murder porn.
My wife loves those shows.
Yeah. They absolutely, they get into it and they follow it. There's characters and, all like, was that woman was it Karen Reed? Was that her name?
Yes.
One? Yeah. How big was that?
That was a fascinating
There was
story.
thousands of people in pink shirts out there. People had picked teams.
Yes.
Could you imagine what it would be like today with, a few of the ones we saw back in the day that were big, like OJ? I couldn't even imagine what that would be like today.
Yeah, because look what it was.
Look what it was then.
Like.
Yeah, look what it was then. Remember Michael Jackson when he got out? He jumped on the top of his limo and he jumped up and down. He's like, "Hey, I got away with it." But think about all of the Lori Vallows from a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, man.
It is, she's fighting for audience and she's building something that's it's a mini empire she's building. But it has very little to do with the politics anymore. She enjoys I think she's just going to ChatGPT. All right, like if we were to go somewhere on this and we think this and this, because some of the stuff and the Charlie Kirk stuff is one thing because that's new and she's much closer to it than whether or not she's ever met the, French president's wife inside of a bathroom. But all of it is a whodunit. That's what it is. And she's good at it.
So you think she doesn't believe some of the stuff?
I don't think she believes 90% of the crap.
She's just doing it for the followers.
It's entertainment. She treats it as entertainment. She does. And her audience is a lot of young women. A lot of those, the podcast they're listening to, because we've seen the breakdowns, are the same kind of podcast. Like you said, your wife loves it, my wife loves it. It's all that kind of following the crime, trying to figure it out, and going from there. The difference is she's done it with politics or those kind of issues rather than the stuff about, the Karen Reeds of the world or the Lori Vallows.
Right.
That Lori Vallow, that was crazy.
Man, that woman, that is an evil woman, man.
Chad Daybell.
Man.
They were part of that weird cult.
Yeah.
So has anybody ever seen any follow-up on that guy at the Charlie Kirk assassination that they grabbed at first, who ended up having child porn on his phone?
No. Well, he was probably there's a perfect here's how you go with this. That guy was a plant from the beginning. He's not even a real person. He's a plant. And you'll get somebody to believe it. And then you just go from there. And here's the beauty of that. You never really have to be right. And she does this where she's asking a question. It doesn't hurt to ask a question, right? Like, could somebody, I've got it on emails from people that have told me that people inside of this say that.
It's like fishing.
It's what it is.
Waiting for a bite.
And what her thing is, she's playing the game of, what was that game when you played when you were a kid? It was, you get that book and you choose your own adventure. And she's allowing you, the audience, to choose the adventure you think you like. Could it be the cartels? That was a good one. The French, Foreign Legion, I've heard. Witness protection, the military, TPUSA, the Jews. Who could it have been? Or could it have been this dude? But she asked the question in a way where she's allowing the audience to take her and say, okay, we'll go this way. We're just asking the question. That's all. I haven't seen any pictures of any young pictures of Brigitte Macron when she was a little girl. Nobody's ever seen them. How do I know? Well, when she drops trow in the middle of the trial, that'll be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually going to go to trial.
Yeah. They're coming hard. They're coming hard for her. See, that's the thing, though. You've got to take it. And by the way, she's not the only one. She picked up. There was what was it? There was a medium in Paris and a journalist and an author that came up with this theory about Macron's wife. It used to be a dude and all of these things. And they actually got sued and they ended up losing. But then the courts later on threw it out because while they said that, yeah, what they were saying was a lie, they never profited off of it. So that was the whole thing. See, they're coming after her and they think they have a chance because they've looked at her numbers and you've gone from 1.5 million subs to like 5 million subs. That changes the game.
I love how people give Trump crap for suing the BBC, but nobody really says anything about Macron suing her.
Yeah.
It's such a double standard.
Well, the BBC one, that was BBC wants, by the way, they're welcome it because they want to put him under oath. That's what they said. Good, we can't wait. Let's put him under oath. We're going to put you under oath.
Interesting.
All right? We're going to do some discovery ourselves, and we're going to put you under oath. And we'll see how far that goes. Also, like Jack Smith, you heard what Jack Smith said. He goes, no, I don't want a private hearing. I want a public hearing. I want every one of you Republicans to ask me questions so I can bring all the information I have. His goal is, well, let's just get it all out of there because I already had enough to go after Trump. So, but I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to do that with him, and I don't think they're going to prosecute him because if they do, he would have to. That information would all come out, and if he thinks there's anything there, Trump's not going to go for that. So interesting indeed. All right, coming up, who knows what? Some of you will probably yell at me. Somebody's already yelled at me. Conspiracy theories, constipation, who knows what? Maybe we'll talk more about naked donuts. Oh God, you know what show I want to do? Naked baking, where we naked bake, and then everybody's like, "You guys are gross. Put your clothes on, but you're going to watch, right?
Just baking, though, no frying.
No frying. I've already told everybody I want to be an opposite stripper, where you come out naked and then just a whole bunch of clothes, and people throw you money to put your clothes on. I'll give you $1,000. You want to go to the champagne room? We don't have. We have a donut room though. Chad, that's Super Talk 997. Raycon, best earbuds around. Love my Raycon. They're amazing. The everyday classic Raycons are awesome. Fit, feel, comfort, second to none. Sound quality. Sound quality is amazing. 8 hours of talk time, 32 hours of battery life. And this is where it gets really kind of cool, even more than that. The active noise cancellation is great. You have awareness mode, all these other great modes you can switch between. Then you get to multi-connectivity. Then you get to fast charging and a 30-day happiness guarantee. Still some opportunity if you order quick today. Maybe get them there by Christmas, but for sure by the start of the year, and you can be rocking and rolling. Take advantage of this. 20% off site-wide right now for the best earbuds, but everything on the Raycon site. Their audio quality is insane. Somebody texted me yesterday, said, hey, I got a fast charger from them. It's incredible. It is. Their stuff is amazing. Go to buyraycon.com/Chad to save 20% now. Buyraycon.com/Chad.
All right, drivers, we've got a crash, and it is blocking the right two lanes of 40 eastbound at Spence Lane. Also, a disabled vehicle with the right lane blocked. This is going to be 24 westbound right there at Briley Parkway. And a crash, I've already mentioned that. That's that crash 40. Well, no, this is 40 westbound at Spence Lane. You got a crash blocking the center lane. So all of a sudden, we got a mess out there. Cannabis reform back on the spotlight after President Trump reclassified marijuana federally. We'll tell you what one Tennessee state lawmaker wants to do here in the volunteer state. Coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That Febreze commercial was pretty cool. I thought, is that a song where somebody's going to say, we started smoking in the car and then needed some Febreze?
That's what I thought, too.
I can't believe I'm doing this with ease. Somebody grab me some cheese. Make a cheddar even better. Oh, kids. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody was upset that, Chad, they're disappointed in me over Candace. I didn't quite understand that. Had nothing to do with whether or not she believes any of this stuff. I just thought, I think this is a job, and she's an entertainer. That's what it is. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the way our industry works. The best bit of advice, I got 2 bits of advice. One from Rush Limbaugh. Said, don't do what I did, which is if you ever listened to early Rush Limbaugh, he was hilarious up in Sacramento. He did all kinds of things. He was on at night. He was wacky. He had his best. He talked about the best times in the world. And what ended up happening? He said he got to the point where politics became the only thing he'd talk about, or people would be mad at him. But the Colin Cowherd gave me the best bit of advice. He said, nobody cares if you're right or wrong. You better be interesting. I know a lot of people that are right, and I wouldn't listen to them because they're boring. I mean, who else is talking about naked massages, naked baking, reverse stripping?
The BBC and wieners in the same conversation.
In the same conversation. And let's not forget, baby, donuts. Donuts. Welcome to Dough Nuts Massage.
Oh, my goodness.
Next hour, I'm going to tell you another one of my great ideas I have. This one's a good one. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7.
2 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Sumner County expect some nighttime lane closures on 65 and Long Hollow Pike starting Sunday night. This is as crews set concrete beams for a new bridge. TDOT says at least one lane will remain open. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Cannabis reform back in the spotlight after President Trump reclassified marijuana federally. Well, Tennessee Democratic Memphis State Senator London Lamar says the state's approach is, quote, stuck in the dark ages. She believes reform is about freedom, public health, and fiscal responsibility. She says it's time to, as she put it, stop wasting taxpayer money on incarceration, spend it on infrastructure and other needs like schools and health care. She hopes something can be taken up during the next legislative session. And at some point today, the Justice Department's expected to release hundreds of thousands of pages related to its investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy with the latest.
The Deputy Attorney General says today's release will not include all of the Epstein files, that despite the legal deadline, officials will still need more time to complete redactions to protect the privacy of victims. Democrats in Congress are now accusing the administration of violating the law. The ranking members of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee say they're examining all legal options, but it's unclear what steps they could take to try to force the administration into full compliance.
Justice Department reviewing voter rolls across the country. Tennessee's cooperating. State officials going to provide the DOJ with its complete voter registration list. The effort aims to ensure states follow federal laws on maintaining accurate records. Other states, including Georgia and Illinois, they're facing lawsuits for allegedly failing to comply. TikTok has announced a finalized agreement to have a U.S. joint venture take control of the popular app. ABC's Mike Dabusky says doing so would bring a years-long saga to an end.
Talk of a TikTok ban started back in 2020 under the first Trump administration, with the president signing an executive order aimed at forcing the sale of TikTok to an American buyer. That order stalled in the courts, but last year Congress passed a bipartisan piece of legislation aimed at doing the same thing and giving TikTok a few months to find a buyer. It took a few extensions, but eventually they did, in the form of a new U.S. joint venture made up of Oracle, Silver Lake Partners, and several others. Mike Dabusky, ABC News.
The Tennessee Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against Roblox over child safety concerns. The state alleges Roblox allows predators and harmful content on its platform despite marketing as a safe place for kids. Officials say the company ignored warnings and cut safety resources to boost profits. Roblox calls the claims false, saying safety is built into its system. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
And I have got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this.
Oh.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
The
Gary
hell
Busey.
is that?
That was Gary Busey, everybody. Wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Freaking love it.
Oh, man, that poor guy. Somebody said earlier, a couple people now have said he did not have a helmet on when he crashed his motorcycle. Yeah, so you know what?
He needs one now still.
Talk to doctors. Whenever I see somebody fly by on a motorcycle, I said, "Oh, somebody might be getting a kidney tonight."
Yeah.
I don't care how good of a motorcycle rider you are. It's not you.
It's the other
It's
guys.
the others. It's the others.
Yeah, I see people on motorcycles on I-24, man, and I think, dude, you are crazy.
Yeah. It is true. I mean,
Let the Darwinism work.
let it work its magic. It's because think about it. I mean, when's the last time you were on a bike? When's the last time any of us were on a bike?
It's been a long time.
Get on a bike and pedal, and you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
I want to say for me, it's been at least, well, okay, I'll say 2008 or 2009 because I remember that's when my son was like one year old, and we put him in one of those little carriages, that we put behind my bike, and we'd go on bike rides. But we stopped by 2009. So I'd say 2009 is the last time I've been on a bike.
It is. I would say, actually, mine probably right around there as well. And before that, it was probably 20 years. No.
It's been 28.
Good
I mean,
God.
27.
That's it's just and the motorcycle. It's crazy because like I said, it's not you. You could be the greatest in the world at it, and you're at some point in time somebody's going to do something. Can we lane split here because in Arizona you can lane split. You can lane split in California. Can you do it here?
I'm not sure. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody on a Harley do it, though.
No. And like everyone's like, well, but all the big gangsters, right? Well, you know what? The 1%ers, they ride in large groups when they go places. There's a lot of cars that give them a leeway. It's much different, though, when you're riding by yourself.
Yeah.
And even they'll talk about they get hit. Because people are idiots.
Well, they're not paying attention.
They're not paying attention. They're texting. Oh, no.
And there's no margin for error.
No. Zero margin for error. There is if you're in a car.
Right.
But not if you're in a motorcycle. And, 30 miles an hour falling off a motorcycle, at best, you're going to be bumped and bruised and you're going to have road rash and stuff like that. But that head hits the ground. You get one of those things. And the next thing you know, you're going, honk!
Yeah.
Honk!
Yeah.
So somebody said you can lane split. Oh, it's illegal here. So
what is lane splitting?
So that's when like everybody's in traffic and they ride in between the cars that are parked. So it's
like I said, I've never seen anybody on a Harley do that. But you see those what do they call them? Crotch rockets.
Crotch rockets.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Those they do it all the time.
They do, and it's
dangerous.
It is super dangerous. And you know what? I've seen people. Because somebody just moves over a little bit and they'll hit somebody's, rear view mirror. It breaks off. They crash. It's just, no. Yeah, you'll have chapped ass if you fall over like that.
I think you're missing the real selling point here.
Yeah.
Is you don't want to end up sounding like Gary Busey.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, drugs didn't help along the way either.
No.
Because Gary did partake in a lot of things, and it wasn't just weed. So it wasn't just weed. Okay, so good afternoon. I'm a motorcycle safety rider or instructor. The answer to your question, it's not legal to split lanes in Tennessee at the present time. So another person just said, I quit riding my Harley when I saw my buddy get killed. So that's another person said, 2164. There's a saying, two types of riders, ones that have been down and ones that haven't.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, it's like helicopters. It's not if, but when.
Matt's a big bike rider.
Yeah, Matt has a Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I never see him driving. He never talks about driving around in
No,
Nashville.
when he says it's like he goes on a ride,
He goes out in the country.
Then the country.
Yeah.
I've got some pictures he sent me of he and his brother going on a multi-state ride when he was on vacation. So it's not like, he's not riding that thing to work.
No. Because I've seen my dad rode Harleys his entire life. And he used to tell you never get on a motorcycle. You're never going to get on a motorcycle. And I didn't. And because of soccer, I never, ever wanted to get on a motorcycle because I was always fearful of my legs, hurting my legs. But that was, even if I didn't, he was like, you're never going to ride a motorcycle. Ever.
Worst thing I ever saw was, growing where I grew up in East Texas, a lot of my friends had dirt bikes, and you could ride them all over the place there in Marshall, Texas. Well, this one friend of mine, he popped a wheelie, and he fell off the back of it going about, I want to say, at least 25, 30 miles per hour. He was bareback. He did not have a helmet, but he didn't hit his head. But what did happen is basically the skin on his back came off.
Well, you two saw that Instagram post I sent you in the group chat, right?
Which one?
The one
we sent a lot of stuff lately.
The one
guys.
of the woman riding on the.
We get a lot of these tiny little mopeds, and somebody's 800 pounds.
And the frame collapses.
Framed collapses. And they're in parts of the world where if they hit the little, and their cars are tiny, if they hit the car, they'd probably break it. That's not where we live.
That's kind of like traffic in India. They have no traffic laws.
Yeah.
Everybody you just do what, you just get to where you need to go.
So, man, some countries, Italy, I will tell you guys this right now. I drove in Italy a couple times. It is a world that is so different. There are very little laws. Bumping into people is not. It's not a big deal. They keep going. We're not swapping stuff.
Insurance?
No. And you know what else they have over there? When you get out in the country, they have pirates. Yeah, they have pirates that'll chase your car down and try to steal stuff from you. And about 10 years ago, I think, maybe a little bit longer, there was an American family. And they ended up crashing. And the little boy, he ended up passing away. He donated his organs. His family hadn't. And he became a national hero because they don't do that over there. That's not something they do. But yeah, they have pirates out in the, because that's where they think all the people coming out here are tourists because they want to see, they want to go to a winery or something. So they get the little Vespas. Hey, ciao.
You'd be putting pirates like that would be putting their lives in their own hands here in Tennessee.
Absolutely,
because everybody's pretty much armed.
Yeah, everybody's healed. Go heal. We're talking about weed. Somebody said earlier, and I looked at if you get a medical marijuana card, I guess in Florida, you can't have a concealed carry. Why?
That's not a good trade-off.
No, it's not. By the way, first of all, it's a constitutional right. Somebody needs to challenge that.
Seems like.
Secondly, are you doing the same thing with somebody who's on opioids?
Or drinks?
Which one do you think could draw quicker? Somebody who's drunk or somebody who's high?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just don't get people cannot understand the concept that if you do an action, and not even necessarily getting stoned, but if you do an action that hurts somebody else, then you have violated their rights and deserve to be punished. It doesn't matter if you are negligent, intentional, weed, drugs. That is a step too far.
Yeah, that is a step too far. Well, I mean, they're always looking for something to do, but it's almost like because it's like anything. Here's the thing. The politicians, they get pious in certain situations. Like we were talking earlier about the adult situation with the masseuse. If you're over 18, just get on with it. You're an adult. Get on. Why does everybody have to be in your business? By the way, how did they catch somebody? Well, it's really weird that this cop went there 45 times before she says, I'm going to tell your wife. And then like, oh, now you're not. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. What do you think of those apples?
And there was a donut shop next door.
Next door. That's right. Free donuts and But the thought process of like the wanting to punish somebody because you're doing something, you're going to have weed, so we're going to punish you because it's weed. How many of you cops out there listening right now are like, oh yeah, I smoke whenever I can. Pious. Actually, we had a couple weeks ago, we were talking about weed for some reason. We had a pastor who said, yeah, I take gummies. Okay. Well, can you not,
Clearly, he's going to hell.
No, of course he is. Says so on the commercial.
Well, in Nashville, and Bill, you'll remember this, I'm pretty sure, but District Attorney General Glenn Funk has said he will not prosecute. Like, just simple possession.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you got a kilo or something,
Yeah,
you're
you got
going to
something
jail.
If you're
Yeah,
moving
you're-
weight, right?
Exactly. You're pushing weight, then yes.
Yes. If you're moving weight, that is a different thing. So, but the reality of, how we've over prosecuted. Let's be real. They decimated the black community with weed and crack. Over prosecution, and they never got the big bad people. They always got the little people that were dealing small rocks to make a living or smoking it. And same thing with weed. It's just, and it's just enough. And the fact that funk won't get funky with it, I like. That's pretty good. Just make it legal. Let's get on with our lives.
Like, how many issues have we had, with like prison overcrowding and that sort of thing? And how many people are in those prisons just for like simple weed possession?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's your third time. And we think you're a dealer. It's like, and
we found you with 2 joints instead of 1. You're
Yeah.
obviously going to sell the other one.
Absolutely, man. Good God. It's so infuriating. It's like the common sense is not common. It's so, and the fact that now you're hearing politicians go, well, now that Trump says it's okay, what a bunch of wusses you are.
Yeah, you're spineless. You were spineless before, and you had to have somebody hold your hand for you to change your mind.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty easy to grow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you just
Have you met some of the
grow it in
people that grow weed? It's got to be kind of easy.
My cousin grew it, man. I mean, he had trees of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that you meet and you're like, man, you're kind of out there. And they're like, they grow that weed stuff good. They become like, hey, I'm a herbiculturalist. And by that, I mean herb. I got a green thumb.
Apparently, we're making fun of Christians and cops now.
Where? Where did I do that?
Second down.
See. Oh, here. So advocating for dope, making fun of Christians, and now making fun of cops. I never made fun of cops.
No.
Never once. What do you think? Cops don't drink and smoke? Hello. Christians. Yeah, you know what? I'm making fun of those people who BS all the time, judge you every second of the day, and then go home and do whatever it is that they do because for whatever reason they're better. Those are pious people. They are. They are so, and we all know who they are because there are people out there that do that. That's why, just keep doing that. Several people said earlier today, the hypocrites who are at church telling you how bad weed is and it shouldn't be there, and they go and pop Xanax because they got it from their doctor.
That makes it okay.
That makes it okay. Yeah, your drug dealer wears a white coat.
Just do whatever you want. Just don't hurt anyone else. And if you do, you're going to pay a price for that.
Yeah. That's it. Like anything.
Yeah.
Even if it's legal and you hurt somebody, you're going to pay a price for it. 100%. I'll make fun of cops. The best drugs I got were from cops. They gave me some cocaine. Uh-oh. Were they Venezuelans? So somebody said, God put the herb on earth. We should all partake. And what about the gummies? What about the vets that use it to help them?
PTSD.
PTSD.
things like that.
And and wait till you guys find out that they're giving them mushrooms and little doses of microdoses of LSD, and they think they're rewiring the brain in such a way to get them from PTSD to not having these thoughts. How awesome would that be? Well, we did a minute, you'd eliminate it because somebody's going to abuse it, so we can't have anybody do it. Well, that's not very good. All right, coming up, little Finally Friday sounds on this beautiful almost Christmas time. Is this our final Friday of the year? I think it is.
No.
we got one.
Next.
I won't be here. I'm off the next 2 Fridays.
Well, I thought you meant on the calendar year, but yeah, I think this is our last Friday of the year.
We'll come back. We'll do
You're
a
the
little.
one who took time off.
Yeah, well, I need to. I have so many shows. And I have to coordinate so everybody has the same coordination. Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 99.7. All right, Birch Gold. Why gold? Well, first of all, unrest. What happens when there's unrest? People are looking for safety. Market could go sideways. What do they look for? Gold. It's been around for millennia. There's a finite amount of it. Right now, you still have an opportunity with Birch Gold to get yourself some free silver for every $5,000 your purchase of gold from Birch Gold. Text the word Benson to 989898 now to talk to my friends at Birch Gold. They'll show you how you can move over an existing IRA or 401k. Absolutely smooth and easy to do. Get it backed by a tax-sheltered IRA. And maybe you want the physical. They can help you with that as well. With the way that things are right now, inflation still there. Uncomfortable times when it comes to AI. I mean, that thing's pretty much propping everything up on its own, and it feels like there's a bubble there. Why not look at protecting yourself with that thing that has been around forever in gold? So text the word Benson out to 989898 today. They'll get you out the information for you to make the right decision. Find out if you qualify for the free silver. Text the word Benson to 989898 for Birch Gold.
All right, drivers, Glencliff still got this crash blocking the right lane, 40 eastbound at Spence Lane, then 24 westbound at Briley Parkway. That's a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane. President Trump's marijuana reclassification fueling a bit of a push for change here in Tennessee. We'll tell you about one state lawmaker, what she wants to do, coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
All right, kids, it's been a hell of a week. Started as a hell of a week last week with the shooting at Brown, then all of a sudden what happened in Australia, and then you go from there to Rob Reiner. Just take a deep breath and listen back to the chaos, the craziness that was. Finally, it's Friday.
during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
And now look at me. My name's on the Kennedy Memorial. It's the Trump Kennedy Memorial. What do you think of those apples? You like apples, kids? How about those apples? It was a hell of a week. Man, they're talking about the Reiner's, the schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That they changed his meds and he had lost it. They wanted to call 911. They begged Conan not to call 911.
Well, Conan was apparently begging people not to call 911 at his party.
How bad he must. It's you had to think about that for a second. When you change meds like that, and it was not working.
No,
and everybody knew it wasn't working. He was spiraling. I think they were more worried he was going to commit suicide, though, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Hey, man, this is just such a terrible story.
Yeah. God, it's just a. And I think they've got it because he's got such a long history of doctors. I bet you they're going to get insanity. They've got the money, and I think the brothers and sisters want this not to end in a position where he goes to jail forever over the fact that he is mentally unstable, and that I don't know.
And he's got such a long history of mental illness that I think it's going to make it easier for people to buy that he was at least temporarily insane.
Yeah, since he was 12. Since he was 12, there has been this long run of schizophrenia in and out of rehabs, millions of dollars. And yeah, you could look and say, absolutely, this is what when they talk about stuff like, insanity and stuff, this is the kind of stuff where let's be real. When you see some of these people on the street out here, whether drugs caused it or they were already mentally ill and then they took drugs and they're not all there, that person's not acting in their right mind. They commit a crime. They should be in a place where they can get help and be protected from themselves. Even if they may never see the light of day again as far as a free person because they're not all there. So we shall see what happens. All right, coming up. We'll talk a little football. Big games tonight. Kicks off. Talk a little bit about that, among other things. Straight ahead. Chad Bench, Super Talk 99.7.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top story. Sumner County drivers, heads up. Overnight lane closures planned on 65 and Long Hollow Pike, Sunday through Tuesday. This will be starting Sunday night at 8 o'clock until Monday morning at 5. Then again, Monday night at 8. And then Tuesday night at 8, but up until midnight. Drivers should expect delays, but one lane will stay open at all times. Full forecast in 5 minutes. President Trump's marijuana reclassification is fueling a bit of a push for change here in Tennessee. Memphis Democratic State Senator London Lamar says, quote, our marijuana laws are stuck in the dark ages. She's urging the General Assembly to take what she says would be a serious step forward on cannabis reform. Tennessee remains one of the states with no medical marijuana program. At some point today, the Justice Department expected to release hundreds of thousands of pages related to its investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The Deputy Attorney General says today's release will not include all of the Epstein files, that despite the legal deadline, officials will still need more time to complete redactions to protect the privacy of victims. Democrats in Congress are now accusing the administration of violating the law. The ranking members of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee say they're examining all legal options, but it's unclear what steps they could take to try to force the administration into full compliance.
Roblox facing a lawsuit from Tennessee accused of putting children at risk online. The state says the platform lacks age checks and hosts explicit content, including sexual role play games. Prosecutors argue Roblox misled families and failed to act on safety warnings. Roblox disputes the charges, saying it enforces strict protections and cooperates with authorities. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Metro. It's a chilly day for us. Temperatures low to mid-40s this afternoon under plenty of sunshine tonight. Cold 30s and 20s for the overnight low. Tomorrow a warmer day, but it will be breezy. Highs in the low 60s. Good sun. Winds gusting near and over 20 miles per hour. Sunday will have more sunshine as well, but it will be a cooler day. Upper 40s to the low 50s. Warming things up next week. Temperatures by Christmas Day will push near 70.
Taxes. You know what's going on? One big, beautiful bill, very big, large. Opportunities for you to get some relief when it comes to taxes, whether it is interest on a car, right? Or maybe if you're over 65, they've got some opportunities there for you. It's not a full phase out of taxes when it comes to Social Security, but you can have a deduction up to $6,000. And all of these things come with a phase out, right? So there's certain things that you have to make sure that you know about. That's why Beacon. That's why Beacon. Here, let me tell you something else here. Why Beacon? Long-term care, something that nobody talks about. You need to think about it. As we live longer, we're healthier, though every once in a while something happens. And you don't want to be in a position where you're burdened and you want to make sure you're taken care of. Long-term care. They can help you with that. They can help you with insurance. They can help you with estate planning. And let's not forget the dollars and cents of the world, just to make sure you don't outlive your retirement. So call Beacon today. Get a free personalized financial consultation. They're local. They're amazing. 615-488-9303. 615-488-9303. Or check them out online at beaconcm.com for Beacon Capital Management. This is a paid placement. Oh, Omaha Steaks. Why Omaha Steaks? Because they got some amazing things for you right now. Yummy, yummy in your tummy, as I like to say. Go to omahasteaks.com. Right now, they got super massive deals. So these are gourmet gifts. They're priced like 50% off, 48% off, all of this stuff. And they're priced, you know, whether you want specials, just burgers. Maybe you want just steaks. Maybe you want just a smorgasbord, if you will, of everything, of the best tasting meat you're ever going to have with 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. It is the perfect time to treat yourself and somebody else with the best when it comes to steaks, meats, pork chops, chicken, all of it. We have it almost every night. I mean, it is incredible. Fillets the other day. My daughter, she's 7. She had some of the filet. She's like, I want more. I want more. So we gave her a whole filet. She eats like me. She has a mayonnaise sandwich every once in a while. That's the kind of thing. That's how much she liked the filet. You're going to love it. So this is what I want you to do. Go right now. Take advantage of it. They're going to feed you yummy, yummy in your tummy. Big gourmet gift sales going on right now at omahasteaks.com. Remember, when you use my code Benson, you get $35 extra off at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. omahasteaks.com, code Benson. We got flagged on the old YouTube. Did you see that? So if you go to YouTube, this is the following content may contain suicide or self-harm topics.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
changed
we're
the
talking
title,
about,
but I
Reiner.
guess it was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about I put that in the title about the brown shooter.
Yeah. So I don't know. We have to make it about race.
He went to white.
Yeah, that's right. He did. So, no, we were talking. Well, you know what? It's a serious topic, and we should be able to talk about it without, YouTube does, because there's algorithms, there's AI that pick this stuff. There's a guy that is one of the biggest history professors. He gets flagged all the time because he'll talk about World War II and he'll mention Hitler.
Well, it's ridiculous that you're talking about one of the biggest social media platforms there is, and they don't want you talking about suicide, even if it's in the context of prevention. They are morons.
Yeah. And, it's like when you watch people that they try to get around it, like when they used to talk about the COVID shot, they'd try to get around it. Or when they talk about he unalived somebody with his pew, pew. Okay. We know what you mean. We know what you mean. We do. There's football on tonight. All right, Ken. I don't know if you're... Boomer Sooner against the Tide.
Yes, sir. Very nervous about this game.
Now, you guys are at home, right?
Yeah, it's in Norman, and I think it's going to be just like the regular season game with the Tide. Sooners are going to have to get some turnovers.
Sooners are going to have to get some too. Yeah, well, it's you got to keep it low score. You're not going to go and get into.
No, we cannot get into a shootout. I mean, I don't think we will with our defense. But one thing that our defense is going to have to do, we're going to have to force some turnovers. We're going to have to get the Tide.
Short field.
Yeah, short field, turn the ball over. Hopefully they make mistakes. That's what we got to have.
So these are the playoffs now. So
Yes,
this is what's so cool about this. So you get a home game in the playoffs. So Alabama, Oklahoma, that's going to be awesome.
Couple of blue bloods, baby.
Blue bloods. Then you've got Miami versus Texas A&M. That's going to be a good game. I think Texas A&M.
They could boat race Miami
Yeah, I
if
think
they're
so.
not careful.
Tulane versus Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to win that one.
Miss, yeah.
I think they're going to rally and win that one.
Yeah. The only thing is, without their coach, Lane Kiffin, who went to LSU, I mean, I don't know how that changes anything. I think definitely Ole Miss has the athletes that can handle Tulane.
Yeah, I think they'll. I think they'll win this game, but I don't think. I think this is as far as they go. And then the tomorrow you've got that's tomorrow's game, and then the one that interesting, Oregon versus James Madison.
That's going to be a bloodbath.
It is, but everybody just quiet about Oregon. Oregon's not saying anything.
Nope.
Not talking. They're just out there on the the West Coast, right? Nobody's paying any attention, right? Their games are always later in the evening. That's why nobody ever sees anything. I think they're going to boat race James Madison. I think they're going to go out. I think they're going to go all the way and take on Ohio State again.
They've got the dudes to do it.
And you know who else? Same thing with Texas Tech, man. They're so good.
Yeah.
They got that defense is good.
They got a good defense.
Yes.
They've got a great defense. And just like Oklahoma, if they can cause some turnovers, they can be a problem.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait.
Georgia's one of those teams, they're just waiting. They're one of the top four. Georgia kicked everything into a higher gear here at the last half of this season, man.
Yeah.
They just they just went to another level.
They did. It's like every once in a while you wonder, like, can people turn stuff on? Like you go watch the great, the Jordan, Kobe and them, like the Lakers and the Bulls. There would be a time where they're down by 8, but you're just like, at some point they're going to turn it on and score 24 in a row. And they would. Georgia did that.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you got to get punched in the mouth and go, oh, yeah, okay, this is what we're supposed to do.
And then Indiana, they're just waiting, too. I mean, number one team in the nation, 13-0, beat Ohio State, and they got the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
They do. I just feel like, though.
Just feel like it's going to be Ohio State and Oregon, huh?
I feel like, yeah, because I do. Because I just, I don't. I think Indiana's a great story, and the fact that what he's done there is a great story. That being said, I still feel like when push comes to shove, Ohio State's another one of those teams that can turn it on.
They've got dudes.
They've got dudes. They've got dudes. They've got dudes. They got a lot of guys playing on Sunday. And that's they got some dudes. It's going to be, I can't wait. This is I love the playoff format. We're old enough to remember when they used to vote on who was the national champion. You'd have to wait till Sunday night or Monday morning to find out. Yeah. And then there would be splits, like Colorado won the national championship, but so did this team. You're like, what?
Yeah, I think 1 year Michigan and Nebraska had to share it back in the 90s.
Which is crazy. Couldn't even imagine that today. Nebraska. People are like, Nebraska was good? Oh, yeah. Was it Tommy Frazier?
Yeah, this one was Scott, what was his last name? Scott Frost.
Oh, yeah, Scott Frost. Oh, yeah, the coach.
Scott Frost.
When he became the coach, and he's back
he became the coach, man.
Yeah.
Nebraska won 3 national titles in a row there in the 90s, man. They had dudes.
Switzer. Yeah, they had dudes.
They didn't have Switzer.
No, you know what? They had dudes.
They had Tom Landry.
They had Tom
Osborne.
Tom Osborne, but then Switzer started the whole thing, and then Switzer went off to win a...
No, Switzer never coached at Nebraska.
No. He was at Oklahoma, then he went off to win. But Tom Osborne, that was back in the day when, they were a blue blood.
Yeah.
And they would, 85% of the game, they'd be, running the option.
Yeah.
They just ran the option all day.
Yeah, he was quoted as saying one time, and he was very, professorish. He said, football is a simple sport, really. You just knock the person down who is in front of you.
Well, it seems pretty simple. The problem, with boxing, like tonight, Jake Paul takes on Anthony Joshua.
Jake Paul? He's like the most popular boxer out there.
Yeah. Well, he has fought some good people, right? Like he fought... the last guy he fought, who was the giant heavyweight, the Brit? He fought his little brother, who was the light heavyweight champ, I think, at one time. Anthony Joshua was a whole new game. Did you see him stand? Hey, let me tell you something about Jake Paul. For those of you guys who don't know, that dude's a bad athlete. They wrestled, him and his brother.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. And, you've heard the UFC guys have said they've come in and they've battled with him and wrestled with him, fought with him. They're bad. Anthony Joshua, whole nother game.
Nobody wants him, huh?
No. Nobody wants him.
Nobody wants to mess with him.
Yeah, no. I mean, and it's because the weigh-in, it was crazy to see how big he was. I mean, Jake Paul is a big dude. I mean, he's a big guy. He's not tiny. He's 6'1". Anthony Joshua looked like a monster standing next to him. Looked like a monster. And you're just like, ooh. But you know what Jake Paul's done? He's got people interested in boxing. People didn't care about boxing. Boxing went away. There was no big heavyweights anybody cared about. The ones that were great heavyweights, they're over in Eastern Europe or Europeans. Nobody's paying attention over here. And, boom. And, man, this is going to be interesting. Who was I watching the other day? They were asking, it was one of the big UFC fighters. They asked him, did you ever train with any boxers? And what was that like? And they said they hit different. And he goes, "Oh, they hit way different." He goes, you're in the UFC, you hit right, but these guys hit. They're jabbing, and you feel like you're going to get knocked out,
right?
Because they hit different. Yeah. It feels much different.
Body blows.
It's a sweet science.
George Foreman's body blows on people and Muhammad Ali too.
Yeah,
I mean Those things, they add up over the course of the fight.
Roy Jones Jr., I forgot, he hit somebody. He did one of those things where he stepped to the left, came out, and he hit a guy right in the kidney. And it was one of those things where he took a step back, and the other guy, he stood there for a second, and then he just collapsed.
Yeah.
And you're like, that guy's going to be peeing blood for a week. It's a tough way to earn a living, man.
It is, man. I mean, that's a crazy... UFC is a crazy sport, man.
Yeah, but UFC is a crazy sport, and it's fun, and it's like YouTube, or boxing was one of those things where it became, was a record player, but records are kind of hot again. But
right.
But why is it? It's because of somebody like Jake Paul, who's not a boxer, who boxes.
There's a video, you've probably seen this, and I can't remember the name of the fighter, but there's a video of I think he's either he's a famous boxer or a famous martial arts guy or mixed martial arts, and he's at a soccer game, I think, and there's a fan who's pissed off at him.
Yeah.
And the guy is like inviting him to fight. And the fight, he doesn't know who he is.
Oh.
And the fighter's friends are saying, don't do it, man. Just, it's not worth it. Let it go. And everybody's telling this guy, you don't want to do you know who this guy is? He's going to kill you if he takes your invitation.
Yeah. I mean,
These guys, you don't want to mess with these guys, man.
No, you don't. You don't. Somebody said, Chad, you finally hit stupid. Jake Paul's a joke and a fraud. Call him what you want. He's a hell of a promoter. And I guarantee you Anthony Joshua isn't going to get a bigger payday anytime soon. And the second thing is, he's an athlete. Don't ask me. Go look at all the people that talk about it. From the Rogans of the world to all the Gracies and stuff that have worked with him. He's a beast. And all the wrestlers, too, because he loves that wrestling stuff. He's a business guy.
Yeah, he's making money.
Yeah, I do think he's going to get hammered tonight. This Anthony Joshua's just a different dude.
But you know what? He's gonna laugh all the way to the bank, man.
Yeah. I wonder how much. What do you think he's going to make? How much do you think he'll make tonight?
I have no idea.
Well, he fought Tyson.
Yep.
Now Tyson was 83. He made $39 million off Tyson's fight.
Incredible.
Yeah.
How much would Tyson have made?
Tyson made about the same. Yeah. So let's see here. And tonight, let's see here what he could make tonight. So tonight they are predicting, oh, are you kidding me? This is insane. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua reportedly splitting the massive purse of $184 million, $92 million each potentially for both of them.
Incredible.
Call him a fraud. Call him what you want. You know what? Who wouldn't take that? Hell, you know what? I'll go fight tonight for $92 million.
What if you have to go at least 3 rounds, though?
I'll just run. You're going to try to cut it off?
I would too, man.
That's fine. So 3 rounds as in, you know what? I'm just going to go and I'm going to clinch.
Yeah, just cover up.
I'm covering up and I'm getting close. I'm going to try to get inside and I'm going to try to work your shins.
Yeah.
I'm going to climb on your shoulders and stay there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those kicks to the legs, man. Those things, like in the mixed martial arts, man. Those things, they take people down.
They do. And you know what else? Have you ever, when they go, what is that the Muay Thai? Those guys like just, Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking the tree.
Yeah.
Because they build up all those calcium and it calcifies on your shin. Oh, crazy. All right, coming up, Matt, straight in. What? It is Friday. Oh, it's not Friday Eve. It's just regular old Friday. Chad Bench, Super Talk 99.7.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
All right. A good friend, Matt, was just telling me how much he wants Alabama to lose tonight.
I really do.
So does Ken.
really. I'm probably not as much as Ken.
No.
But I really do want Alabama to lose.
I'm really surprised by that.
No offense to our good friend Johnny B, who is a Bama fan. The redheaded stranger is a Bama fan. But you know what? Y'all need to suffer some. So time to suffer.
It happened with me with the Lakers. It wasn't about the Lakers anymore. It was about the Laker fan. I couldn't stand Laker fan.
Yeah, I lived in Alabama for 20 years, and Alabama fans pretty tough to live around. God bless them. You know, I would drag them a little bit. I mean, I admit, you know, I'd mess with them a little bit. Talk about, you know, you drive through the trailer park and you see there's $250 inflatables all day long. Yeah, it's beautiful. $250 elephant inflatables in the trailer park. You know, they don't have a trailer skirt, but they got a $250 inflatable.
Their kids don't have formula, but the good news is roll tide.
I did this thing, and people got so mad. I mean, so mad. I did this thing where I pretended I had, it was from the University of, you know, West Virginia or something. And I'd written it all out where, you know, they did a statistical analysis of all of the SEC schools. This is before Oklahoma and Texas was in the SEC. So I got a statistical analysis of all of the SEC schools, and I've got some of the breakdown here. And guys, it's not even close. The percentage of fan base in trailer parks, Alabama with a bullet. Not even close. Man, oh man, they got so. I mean, I'm just come on, guys. These are the jokes.
Yeah, get over it. Yeah, they take that seriously. They do. They get. What was it? Did somebody cut down? Was it Auburn fan that cut down the tree? Was it Alabama fan?
It was Alabama fan. So Auburn has a tradition, and I was down there during this time. And actually, Feinbaum. The guy called Paul Feinbaum's show, and he was in our building, still in our building at the time, but he was doing his national show. I think he was on, no, he might have been still local, or syndicated, just radio, not ESPN. But one way or the other, Harvey Updike, Auburn beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Auburn has a tradition. They have, it's called Toomer's Corners, where they have big, beautiful oak trees on the corner, and it's right across the street from Toomer's Drugs. It's right off campus. And their tradition is to roll the trees with toilet paper. And, you know, we can go into, I mean, it's been a longstanding tradition. They roll the trees. And Auburn beat Alabama, and he called in like a week and a half later and said, hey, just to let y'all know, y'all ain't going to be rolling those trees much anymore. And Paul's like, what? And he goes, I poisoned them. And Paul thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
Thought he was joking. Yeah, whatever you put. He goes, no. I poisoned him. Oh, what'd you put on him? And he was like, you know, I'll get this wrong, but he's like, I put, you know, DC-10, radon, blah, 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 B, and they are 100% dead. And he was right. I mean, he poisoned like 120-year-old oak trees.
And he got jail time for that.
Oh, 100% he got jail time. And the judge ordered that he could never go to an Alabama game again in his life.
Oh, that must have killed him. Tell you what, though, those guys in prison, like, you know what I was going to do to you? Roll Tide. But the other guy's like, you know what I'm going to do to you? War Eagle.
I mean, it's insane. It's
Man,
insane.
That's crazy. And did he call to confess it? You know why? Because he wanted
everybody to know.
Yeah.
He wanted everybody to know. Those trees are dead, and I did it. And, you know, and speaking of dead, he's dead now. So
there you go.
There you go. Circle of life.
What are you talking about today?
All manner of important things.
Oh, yeah. You didn't prep either.
I mean, it's a very important day.
Yeah, it's Epstein Day.
We are talking about that.
It's going to be great.
These
Plus,
losers.
my name's on
we can't get it done. Oh, yeah, you can't get it done.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You can't get it done? Sadly, I kind of agree that government is so awful and inefficient, they probably couldn't get it done.
We fired everybody, so it's going to take a little longer.
Whatever.
We just put Pam Bondi and
I want to hear it.
We put Cash Patel on it, but he's on a podcast.
I think that's why Dan Bongino is leaving.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I think it's why he's leaving. He's sick of it.
Absolutely. Smart. Understand that. All right, guys. Matt's here. We'll be back on Monday and Tuesday next week, and then it's holiday time. Later.